Day 3, I just stayed around camp, went to town, came back. Nothing really happened. And that night it was pretty mellow. So the next day I'm like, well, I'm going to go get my recorder. Everything seems safe. I packed a very light pack. I was just going to go in there, grab it, and get out as quick as possible. I wasn't doing any sightseeing. And yes, I was packing. But my first line of defense is always my air horn. Alright, I'm gonna go do a quick snag and grab and dash. Grab my recorder that I set out. Hopefully we got some crazy owls going on. Hopefully it's still there. Hopefully I make it back. Just heard a whistle to my left. Didn't sound like a bird whistle, sound like a whistle. If you remember the meadow that I stopped at and said this would be a great place to just hang out and watch the meadow, that's about the halfway point. It's 1.5 miles in. I'd been hiking for 45 minutes. I stopped there. I peed. I took a long drink of water. I quickly ate a little granola bar. And then I took this video. Squirrel going off to my left. Too far away for it to be me. It's chirping at. I took about 20 steps, and all of a sudden a tree comes crashing down. A tree gets pushed over, and it is a huge, it's a huge tree crashing down. And it's coming from about where the squirrel was chirping. Fell down. Halfway. I'm heading back. After I turned my phone off, I reached down, grabbed my gun out of my holster, I pulled it back and put it around in the chamber. And I reached in my pocket and pulled out my air horn. And I had my air horn in one hand and my gun in the holster. And I hiked out. Where I heard the whistle coming in. I'm not even really looking where I'm filming my phone. I'm just kind of holding it sideways and just hiking. Another knock. My phone picked up the knock. It might have been a clap, but I'm going to go ahead and repeat that a couple times for you. I'll spare you the next minute of me filming while frantically hiking out. Well, we're home. It's a quick hour and a half hike. Made it halfway. Feel like a fool. It is what it is, though. Guess I'll never get it maybe, or talk someone else to come in with me, or multiple people. But that was my plan for today, and home early. Guess I'll figure something out to do. Maybe I'll see if I can make a footprint trap. I didn't bring a rake or nothing though. I wonder how I could do that. Footprint trap. Should have brought a rake. I know someone will ask, so I'm just going to say I didn't make a footprint trap. I thought about it, but I have an axe, I have a shovel. I probably could have maybe somehow done it. Someone mentioned put flour out. And yeah, I have flour. I have tons of flour for cooking fish. I could have put flour out, all around, and maybe that would have been a Bigfoot deterrent. Because they'll be like, what's this crazy guy doing? I'm not stepping in that white stuff. But that actually isn't a bad idea. I wish I would have done it. But I didn't do a footprint trap. I didn't see how I could do it. You haven't seen much of it, so I thought I would put some night vision camera footage in there. It's very hard-packed ground around where I'm camping. But it was Sunday, and I tried to find a football game on the radio. It was hard to even find a radio station out here. That seemed like a type of tree formation. Yeah, when that tree fell down up there hiking, that was it. Like, they don't want me in there. It's not worth it. I'm turning around. And yeah. And I'm wondering what's going to happen tonight. Very strange. Squirrel just was going crazy for some reason. And then all of a sudden, a huge crash. I mean, it was huge. And then the squirrel just stopped. Is the intimidation starting already? I hope not. I hope no intimidation tonight. Already heard one crash, pretty loud crash tonight. They scared me out of hiking up by pushing the tree down and crashing. So does that mean they're gonna come down here and try to scare me out here? They already were successful at scaring me out of hiking. I hope not. Hope it's a peaceful night. But I get some good stuff on the recorder after I go to bed. And not banging on my trailer. Oh, they had something coming. Maybe not. Well, I've heard people say it. Don't do it by yourself. And I'm here to tell you, don't do it by yourself. Yeah. Take a friend. Not go look at the Bigfoot by yourself. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Hopefully I make it out of here alive. So I ate dinner early that night and I turtled up. That's what I'm calling it. I turtled up. I went to bed early. I didn't go to bed. I actually just went in my camper and played on my iPod. But the audio picked up some stuff that would have sent me to bed. I didn't hear it, but I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. The first one was a huge rock thrown in the water. And you guys have been looking at my camp. You know there is an abundance of big rocks to throw in the water. Okay, this is the first 2.5 hours of audio from that night. I set the recorder out at 8:15. This is where I slam the door and go inside the trailer for the rest of the night, which is about 8:45. The rock splash happens 1:56, which would be, right around 10, just after 10 o'clock. Let's zoom in on that. And here it is. And then about 11 o'clock, 11:15-ish, a tree gets pushed over. A tree falls down. I mean, I can't say pushed over 100%, but this is the audio. Let's go ahead and play it. So as you listen to this, just listen to the first, there's like a couple pops, like stress pops, and then kaboom. So it's like, a tree being pushed over and all of a sudden it starts stressing and it starts popping because it's stressing and then it falls. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm in the trailer. Just heard a yell outside. Sure if something hit my trailer or not. It's a loud knocking noise. What's that clicking noise? So I want to add something right here because I know people ask, and it's pertinent information. So I've had my trailer for 4 years. It's 4 years old. The batteries it came with are pretty much toast. I've been trying to limp them through this year, and I don't want to buy new ones until next spring because it's September, it's fall. But they're toast. They're gone. Yesterday morning, I woke up and tried to go to the bathroom, and the pump wouldn't even work because the batteries were dead. So I had to go out and start the generator up just to go to the bathroom in the morning because overnight the batteries had just drained to nothing. So I was really concerned. I didn't want if your batteries get too low, your carbon monoxide detector starts going off and it goes beep, beep, beep. It's really annoying, and I didn't want that to happen. So I'm like being totally cautious on my battery consumption. So yeah, the clicking. And I'm trying really hard to figure out how to explain this to you. There's a clicking noise in the back of my trailer, and it's a steady click. Click. And it's nothing from mechanical. Even though it kind of sounds mechanical, it's like a... And it's just steady. And it's... I know there's nothing out there that would make that noise. And so I'm thinking, well, what is making that noise? And some people know this. Some people probably don't. But Bigfoot makes clicking noise. They do. I've got plenty of clicks and clocks on my audio recorder. I know they make clicking and clocking noise. And I'm very well aware of it. And there's been plenty of documentation that they do that. So I come to the realization that the only explanation is that they're at the back of my camper making that clicking noise. And for a split second, I actually think they want me to come outside to communicate with them. You know, they want me to come outside. I've been hanging in the trailer. They want me to come outside and they want to interact. And I was all happy. For a split second, I thought that. And then I thought again. And I thought to myself, it hasn't been very friendly interactions since I've been here. What if they're trying to lure me outside? I'm turtled up in my trailer, and they're trying to lure me outside. Why? So they can ambush me. So I guess I come to the conclusion that they're trying to lure me outside because they're making that noise. And I was sitting there thinking about it, and even more thinking about it. That is such a brilliant strategy. Any animal would be curious and go check that out. I know my cat would do it. I know my dog would do it. Even if you could imitate a baby elk, crying. If you could do that and lure an animal over there, and then you pounce on them. It's a perfect ambush strategy. Instead of spending a lot of energy running down animals, you just lure them to you, and then you pounce on them, and you get them. It's such a great way to hunt. I mean, it's a great hunting strategy. And that's what I thought, that's what I think that they were doing that night. They were trying to lure me outside and check out what that clicking noise was. And then they were going to ambush me. Yeah, call me crazy. That clicking's not constant. It just moved. It's almost like they're trying to lure me out. Crazy thinking, but nothing should be clicking up there. Okay, too much footage of this. Let me give you a repeated view of the click. Yeah, the clicking's been going on for a couple hours. and it moved farther away. And yeah. So this entire night, I just played deaf and dumb. I did not react to anything. I did at one time get up and turn on the outside light for a second. I didn't want to leave it on too long, and then turn it off just to kind of hopefully try to shuffle some things up. And I had hoped my night vision would work by looking at the window, but it doesn't. It just reflects the light back, and it doesn't even work looking at a screen window. The clicking finally stopped, and after a little bit I decided to go to bed, and I have my window next to my bed cracked, and something was right outside of it. And I'll go ahead and just play what I recorded the next morning. Before I even got out of bed, I recorded this. And I'll say, when I went to bed, I had on my nightstand, I had my air horn first, I had my 9mm second, and then I had my pocket knife third, in that order, because that's the order I was going to use them. I was pretending like I'm dumb and don't hear them and be quiet and get bored, so you'll get bored and leave. There was one light outside the window there for a while. It's definitely collapsed for sure. The one was right, that window's cracked, that window's closed. It was right out there when he did a clap. You could almost, I mean, it's like, I don't know, you could almost hear the speed of his arms whistling. You know, it was such a quick and hard clap, I guess, and loud. And then he did like a but it was super loud. And then he moved back here, and he did, well, I think I heard, the entire night I heard 5 claps. 4 claps for sure. The 5th might have been a knock or something. I heard, I mean, this window's not open, so I couldn't hear him as well, which they couldn't hear me as well either, so it's okay. I heard like it was just single though, but it was like but it was, I don't know, something yeah, it's either gosh, well, it's weird. But it was always one single clap, and I don't think it was warning or anything. It was almost like it was just checking in every once in a while, or you know, it was like one clap every hour or something. You know, it was really weird. It wasn't like, oh wait, something's going on. It's a warning. You know? Ink is on the recorder, but you hear things with your ears a little bit differently. Didn't get much sleep last night. Oh, they banged on the trailer twice. And I feel the trailer shaking every once in a while. But I have this window cracked a little bit. Yeah, it's not very much, but it's the lowest crack that'll go. But that's where it did. I tried to get in that way. Scary. Freaking scary. I swear they were trying to lure me outside. That clicking. And I think I finally went to sleep like at 2:30. Woke up at 4:30. Had to pee, and that's usually past when, they come by. At least that's when they hit the trailer the night before, or 2 nights before. But I got up and peed and went back to bed, and I was like, oh, it's 4:30, and so I get to bed and I wonder if they're around, and then I hear that's when the trailer gets hit again, and then shortly after that, a hand clap, and I don't know if it was just doing that because I was up, or I don't know. It was weird. And then I was again up for a little bit, listening some more, and anyway, they hit the trailer twice last night. One. I guess that's it. So I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm gonna look around, but I'm sure there won't be any physical evidence. Okay. Well, people might say, well, why? How come there isn't footprints right here? I can see my footprint, but I did take off my shoes and walk barefoot, and you couldn't see nothing. I mean, when you have a hard sole, it's a soft sole. Plus, a deer elk came through here, and I couldn't find tracks of it either. No. If there were any tracks, it would be over there. This is where that clicking noise was coming from. It's right here. Yeah, can't see my footprints. There's not back here that's going to make a clicking noise. And yeah, then it moved over here, and then it moved farther away. Like after a couple hours, it moved farther away. Yeah, I'm not seeing no looking evidence. Might be an impression there, but not huge by any means. Could be anything. Looks just like it did last night. My showers are gone. I put out. Anything could have ate that. Where was my water? I don't look for evidence. Visible. There's so much more I want to share with you, but this video is long enough, and you've heard my story. I'll go ahead and end this with a couple short videos, but I do want to add a little bit more. I want to add a little bit more of my thoughts. I want to do a what I learned video because I learned a lot on this trip. I want to do more on audio. We can listen to some audio together. The great thing about this trip is I know I can rule out humans. It wasn't humans. So if you're interested in that. But I also did find something very interesting. I thought interesting. Day 5, it looked like a tool. Actually, it looked like a weapon. But we can go over that and some weird things I found on the audio and weird things I found in the video. You can check that out. I think there's still more to glean from this trip. Look at the back of my trailer. And yep. I think I just heard another knock, but actually it was a hand clap probably. And from this distance, sounds like a knock, but when you're close, it's definitely a hand clap. I mean, put yourself in my shoes. I mean, it was scary. Busy this morning. Anyway, I'm packing up and I'm getting the heck out of here. I'll probably know a lot more when I listen to the recorder. But the batteries are dead. Not sure when it turned off. Usually about 10 o'clock in the morning. So thank goodness this is a anticlimactic ending. Driving in all excited. Driving out with my tail tucked between my legs.